નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી. Welcome students to part 1 of chapter 11 Transportation in Animals of standard 7 science. Before starting, let me tell you once again, keep your textbook with you and keep a sharpened pencil also with you. Okay. Here it is there. Okay. Now open page number 121 on which the chapter is there. Let's start our chapter first of all. This is the first part. Okay. You have learned earlier that all organisms need food, water and oxygen for survival. All organisms need food, water and oxygen for survival. In the last chapter, that was 10th chapter, and the name of the chapter was Respiration in Organism, in which we come to know all animals need air, or we can say oxygen or air. Why is it so? And as well as we can say they need food also. In that, in last chapter we have discussed. See, from the food, in the process of respiration, by getting that oxygen, they may respire without oxygen also, but they requires food. All the cells of body requires energy. Now, why they requires energy? Because all the cells of our body performs this different task, or we can say function, and to perform those functions that cell requires energy. Okay, from where these cells will get energy? The cells will get energy from the breaking, when the food is break down. Now, how the food will break down? When the food, we can say glucose also, instead of food we can say glucose. So when the cell, during respiration, when the cell will get oxygen or carbon dioxide, the glucose will break down. If it gets oxygen, then glucose will break down in carbon dioxide, water, and it will release energy. So that is why it is written that all organisms need food, water and oxygen for survival. I hope you must have understood this. Let's go further. They need to transport all these to various parts of their body. Suppose we know that if we get food, we eat the food, then after it gets absorbed in the small intestine and it goes to various parts. That is why it is written that they need to transport all these to various parts of the body. Why? Because all the cells should get food, or we can say all the cells should get glucose. That is why it is transported to various parts of the body. Further, animals need to transport wastes to parts from where they can be removed. Second thing, animals need to transport wastes to parts from where they can be removed. Have you wondered how all this is achieved? Have you wondered how all this is achieved? Look figure 11.1. You can see a figure is there, 11.1. Do you see the heart and the blood vessels in that? Look into figure 11.1. Can you see heart is there? And vessels. Here you can see vein and artery is written. Vein and artery, those are vessels. Why? Because they contains blood in it. That is why those are vessels. Two type of veins and arteries. So in this figure 11.1 you can see heart and blood vessels, that is veins and arteries. You can see that. They function to transport substances and together from the circulatory system. They function to transport substances and together from circulatory systems. So in blood vessels they transport blood also, and together with that they transport substances. That is why it is written like that. In this chapter you shall learn about transport of substances in animals and plant. So in this chapter what we will learn that about the transportation of substances in animals and plants. That what we will learn in this chapter. Let's go further. The first point is circulatory system. Circulatory system, in which one of the part is blood. So let's discuss about blood. What happens when you get a cut on your body? You are doing some work and you get a cut on your body. Then what happens? Blood flows out, isn't it? Or sometimes somebody is ill and he or she might have gone to laboratory. That laboratory person, what will do? It will prick a needle into your finger, isn't it? And automatically the blood will come out from the finger, isn't it? But what is blood? Okay, blood comes out from that cut. But what is blood? Blood is the fluid which flows in the blood vessels. What is blood? Blood is the fluid which flows in blood vessels. We can say, in fact, blood is much more than fluid. But by this time, what we can say? Blood is fluid which flows in the blood vessels. Okay, then it transports substances like digested food from the small intestine. In the small intestine there used to be villi. We had discussed already. It absorbs the food, that digested food, isn't it? So it transports substances like digested food from the small intestine then to the other parts of the body. It absorbs digested food from the small intestine and transports to the different or other parts of the body. Then it carries oxygen from the lungs to the cells of the body. It carries oxygen. If we think about ourselves, isn't it? Say all living organisms, in which animals. Then animals requires oxygen for respiration. Okay. So, and all the cells, we discussed earlier, all the cells requires oxygen to get energy from the food, isn't it? That is why it carries oxygen. तो cells तक oxygen कौन पहुंचाता है? Listen to this. It carries oxygen from the lungs to the cells of the body. What? Blood. It also transports waste for removal from the body. It also transports waste from different parts. It carries waste for removal to the different part of the body. So these are the functions of the blood, and you should remember it. And if you want to remember, underline this. Okay, so underline these functions of the blood. From where you will underline? It transports, or blood transports. From where you will start underlining to the end of this paragraph. So underline that, and by this time we are ending this part. and we will discuss further more things about blood in the next part. And read this textbook 2 to 3 times. Watch this video 2 to 3 times. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Take care of yourselves and we'll meet you in the next session. Thank you.